And welcome back. Picking up where we left off last time in the Long Dark. Where after a long rest, we
I need to
have
drop something.
mostly recovered from getting nibbled by a wolf last night. Well, I suppose it's still nighttime. It's pre-dawn, I think. Oh, it's post-dawn. See if I can find a antiseptic. Before the infection sets in. Apparently, the one thing I was missing in the proverbial med kit the characters carrying around on them is the antiseptic. Presumably because I went through it all from earlier nibbles. Also, it's heavy, so I don't want to carry a lot of it around.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Wait, so here in front of us is the cannery. I don't know if there's any good way to sneak into the cannery from this side. Yeah, I might get in without being spotted by Timberwolves. Yeah, that's looking like a no. Well, sorry, it's a good way to sneak in. As far as way to get in, there's the entrance right there. So. Fudge. Off me. Blood loss again.
Gotta stop that bleeding.
Well, that might be the end of the run. No, no, not quite yet, but...
I'm gonna bleed out soon.
Yep. If we don't have bandages, we will be bleeding out soon. Okay, needless to say, going back out into...
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Cannery right now is a very stupid idea. So, what to do in here when I'm trying to pass the time? Unread. Oh, no, that was a red one. Read that one. Film, which we don't need. Well, I suppose we might as well read our book a bit.
Come on. That did it. too heavy.
Oh, now it counts as me as having the last resort cannery. Yep, that was the missing map spot, so the only place left is the exit. So if I can limp my way out of here, we can technically achieve the victory that we came down here for. And that's pretty much what the map, if you're doing the bare minimum to map it, looks like. Some point I'll want to come down here and improve the map, but we don't have the island out here. But given my current state of condition, I should probably not risk the rest of the run by sitting around here. Low condition. Oh, we're next to 21 fire, and we are at -1. Okay. What do I have? Don't have the birch bark tea effect, so let's warm up some birch bark teas and get that effect. It looked so good till it wasn't. Can I really get over this? I need to do a little bit around. Okay, so, well, at least, unless I want to go do some gun crafting, we don't have to come back to the cannery again. Cannery... The tight corners around the cannery is what gets me like that. We'll have to be on the lookout for Old Man Lishan on the way out, so you can treat the wounds. I suppose in this condition, the weather is an agreement. We can do a bunch of printing. So I've got calories, and I've got fatigue right now. And the best way to get condition back is to burn fatigue so I can take nice long rests. It's going to take like 2 long rests to get all that condition back. At least the weather's good right now. Needless to say, with how damaged we are, we don't want to be taking damage from the cold. So, places in the delta there are thin ice, so you do have to be careful. The routes that I take, you will see that I take. I mainly take because I know they're actually fairly thick pieces of ice here. Where you usually won't cut across the middle of the delta, because there can be bits where there's thin ice bits. And knowing where the safe bits are often convinces me to not take risks with the not safe bits. Not actually sure if this bit here is safe. We're close enough or far enough. Even if it isn't, it'll be fine from that point on. And the fact that it didn't give me a warning the whole way means it was safe. I'm just being extra paranoid right now. That's these torches. We want to keep a lit torch on me, so in an emergency I can throw up a fire to protect me from any wolves I come across. Usually if you're hugging the side here, you don't run into Timberwolves, but this low condition, I do not want to take any chances. Ah, some old man lichen.
Never felt so cold in my life.
We're gonna duck in this cave in a moment to warm up. I don't see immediately any more to pick up. Now, this is a salt deposit where I left some coal earlier.
Come on.
Okay, so we have 3 infection risks. We can treat one of them now. Any way to tell which one it is? One of the arm ones. Okay, so not easily, no. Okay, we healed one, and it was the highest probability. We'll harvest the salt while we're here. Not gonna hold it out with me, but we'll harvest it. We'll leave it next to our wood stock or fuel stockpile here. I think I'll even go ahead and leave the soup. No, I did not want it to be opened. Thank you. So, in-game day 135. 135. Harvested, sold in Bleak Inlet. Okay. Delta K. Small fuel and food cache there. And what that's also telling me is the salt should have regenerated from when we harvested it earlier, which is good to know. What was making me heavy? Torches, probably. Torches and sticks. Anyway, I'm going to continue the withdrawal from Bleak Inlet. The last place I need to map is actually the place we're leaving. So as long as the weather and visibility is good, we should be able to finish the mapping. Technically finish the mapping as far as Faithful Cartographer is concerned. Keeping my eyes on the lookout for more Old Man Lichen, because we're in a bit of a map where most of the medical supplies we're going to find are going to be natural, like Old Man Lichen. If I can find another one, I can treat the second infection risk. I know there will be some on the trees once I leave the transition cave, so I'm not super worried about not finding them right now. Ravines and waterfall, which we've already mapped. Apparently we actually mapped it from up top. Okay, this level of fog is making me think we won't be allowed to map when we get where we're going. It's also making me more and more worried about maybe missing the turn, which is a slightly different problem. Almost carrying a bunch of marine torches. Sadly, those don't work during the aurora. And they wouldn't have worked in the close quarter situation where I got jumped. The two jumpings it wouldn't have held against. Had I panicked a little bit less, the short-term solution could have been to potentially light the marine flare and take the turn a bit wider. That was my bad. I rushed it, and that's why I got jumped twice by the wolves when we didn't need to get jumped. Panic took hold of me, and I did the wrong move. It wasn't a run-ending move, apparently, but it was definitely the wrong move. Okay, so I'm gonna have enough old man lichen that I will be able to map. Making sure I'm close enough to the cave in case it's gonna be picky about whether that counts. Actually, before we do that, is this good weather? No. As I guessed. Just had to confirm. Hopefully it gets better in 30 minutes. That doesn't look better. And I will continue my trend of not figuring out what infection risk actually, well, what an infection actually does to me, because I have successfully, once again, created the infection risk. Before I suffer from it. So let's double check while we're thinking about it. Skills to train, ice fishing, archery's almost at 4, mending's almost at 3. That critical hit chance. Bleed out time reduction is also nice as well. Surprised? Maybe I read a gunsmithing book or something. Surprised the gunsmithing's that high. Obviously we don't have any firearms to shoot, so that's only coming from books. We are actually reading a book on that one, so that will probably advance from 1 to 2 at some point. Surveyed locations. We're looking for a cave system. And I assume that's the cave system. So as soon as we are able to map, we'll have that mapped. Technically, I think we're mapped like down here, and we didn't quite get the cave. Which is why we don't have that cartographer space done. I don't think there's anything interesting in the Lost and Found. Simple arrows. Thank you, game, for returning my arrows to me. Don't know where I lost those, but the game found them for me, so I'm not gonna complain. I'm sure when I lost those. That would be a lot of footage to review to figure out where they went missing. Well, maybe not so much, because you only have to check the Bleak Inlet footage. Still more than I would want to do. So what's the state of my clothes? Those could get repaired. Otherwise, it looks like mostly everything is intact. So if I didn't know better, I would say I must have had my sleeves rolled up when I got nibbled on, because most of the damage was to me and not my clothes. Oh, I should really repair with the fishing tackle. We don't have deerskin on us, so we can't do that. was the only thing that was worth repairing. Besides, yeah, everything that's worth repairing at this point requires having the hide. Probably want more to repair that. Bandages. What's the state of the bandages after I used the bunch? We're down to 1, so I should make at least another pair. Generally, in emergencies, I've never needed to use more than 3 bandages. If no other reason than having more than 3 bleeding wounds very rapidly kills you. So if you've got more than 3, you might not even make it to the time to put the bandages on, is usually what ends up happening. So usually 3 is enough. Usually if you're dead if you need more than 3, so 3 is where I want to be. As you can see, when we got the bleeding wounds earlier in this playthrough, well, earlier in this part, we only got 2. I suppose I was a little bit damaged from a third the earlier day, but we only got 2, so having 3 plus, well, you usually want about 3. Granted, you make them in pairs, so you have like 3 or 4 at a time. And we're waiting for fog to go away. Oh, there we go. Just cleared enough. There's the cave system. And with that, as far as Faithful Cartographer is concerned, we're done with here. So that is all of Bleak Inlet, Faithful Cartographer is concerned. Needless to say, if I have more time and willpower, we'll come back here and try to clean this up some more. But Faithful Cartographer says we're done. Faithful Cartographer is saying that all of this black area in the middle of the map just doesn't matter. That bit doesn't matter. That bit doesn't really matter because that's actually water. The island over here doesn't matter. We went out there and explored anyway. I think there is more hunter blinds. I think that's not the only hunter blind. I think there's another one down here that we didn't go to. I think there's one in here that we didn't go down to. But that's the one it cares about. So yeah, there's more mapping that we could do. But given our condition state, we're not doing that today. Let's hobble the character back into Mystery Lake. Well, the weather is okay.
Too much stuff to carry.
I suppose I might as well leave. Save a little away. I don't need as many marine flares on me, for example, so we'll leave a bunch of marine flares here. Usually I'm good with 2 marine flares and 1 normal one. So I'll save a little bit of weight by doing that. I'm not quite sure what's taking up all the weight. Torches. Torches is taking up the weight. I got too many torches on me. I was worried about that I was burning through nothing but 50s and collected more torches, and now I got a bunch of mediocre torches. And 50s. Mediocre torches and 50s. walking through this transition cave. Oh, rabbit tracks. Like, what is all of the pock marks? The rabbit. The rabbit's wandering around here somewhere. There's the rabbit. Once again, back in Forlorn Muskeg. Apparently haven't done any haven't done any mapping in Forlorn. So this would actually be a decent place to do a map while we're here.
Come on. Come on.
How cold am I? Is that like minus 10? That is a minus 10. You know, I can deal with minus 10 with 11 sticks. So that'll get us warm. And then we can quickly map while the weather is decent. So that is to cave system. I suspect that is one of the places we need surveyed in Forlorn. Of course, that is the only place we have mapped currently. Cave system, yeah. You know, at this point I should probably conserve the jerky, because I can get back to the bear meat, moose meat in Mystery Lake fairly easy from here. We are going to be walking a bit slow because of being heavy on torches. And how fatigued we are. The fatigue, to be fair, is actually good, because that means that when we make it to where we're going, we're going to be covering a lot of condition. Because we're going to be slow en route. Thinking about it. Let's get a warming up bonus from a cup of birch bark tea. Gives a little bit more condition en route. And slow the rate that we're losing heat a little bit. So we could go up to the radio tower and map up there. I'm not sure if that's actually a mapping location as far as Faith Photographer is concerned. So I'm probably just going to focus on getting out. The transition, obviously, over to Mystery Lake is a map site. So if I get there and the weather is decent, I'll take the moment to map. Yeah, we got nice dusk weather right now. It's maybe not quite enough to stay warm, but it's nice traveling weather because it's not threatening our porch here. Oh, I know this type of location. So, Forlorn Muskeg is one of the maps where there is one of the places you have to map is not a consistent location. That is this abandoned camp. This abandoned camp... Oop, that was the wrong button. This abandoned camp can be in... I think one of 3 locations? This is one of the locations it can be, obviously. I think I'll just map here. While we're warming up from the fire. I'm not actually sure that counted. Where is... Oh, Muskeg. Okay, that didn't count. But yeah, this is one of the sites that moves around. It can be anywhere. Apparently, this was not what the site I was thinking of. The site I'm thinking of does count, I think. That wasn't it, apparently. But yeah, this can be in one of multiple places. Apparently there's a green sapling somewhere around here that I'm not seeing. But yeah, we warmed up there. We mapped it. That's a good place to know where it is. In an emergency, the ruined snow shelter is probably a decent source of fabric. It is ruined, so it's not good to get into. Had we come here earlier, it might not have been ruined. Surprised I hadn't seen it in a couple times we've been through here before. Wolfie, you're in my way. I am armed with stone and fire. Okay, apparently I'm not very well armed with stone, but I can pretend like I am. We're gonna run into another wolf. I don't think I smell. Oops. Not the right crossing spot. I know there's a safe crossing spot around here. Not there either. Okay, not technically the safe spot, but it's the spot where with crampons you can safely run across. Which is good enough for me. Okay, this torch isn't going to last very long, but we're going to get rid of it. We're going to get rid of it by using it. And the slow walk continues.
Not sure why
The
I
odd
feel
sprint.
so tired.
Yeah, that's probably a good indication this is the time to change torches. Got a slightly brighter torch. Show wolf we have rock. Hello, wolf. Here's my rock.
Need to find some place to escape this cold.
Well, I should pick up more Old Man Lichen while I'm thinking about it. You know, only 2 pieces there. Okay, so we've got enough for 1 antiseptic bandage. If I wasn't already walking slow, I'd pick up that birch sapling. Yeah, it should take a moment to warm up a birch bark tea.
I'm so cold, I'm warming up again.
I'm not going to sit here long enough to get proper warm, but birch bark tea
Come
will
on.
help us stave off the cold for a moment. Yeah, that's not going to buy us much time. As night falls, it's getting colder. Let's find a reasonably sheltered area. Need to get the character properly warm again, because I don't want to lose more condition.
Damn.
And we're not in a good position to want to go through the rest of my teas if I can avoid it. Okay, so the fire should get up to 21. 21 will be enough. Quick 1 hour snooze in the bedroll. This isn't technically optimal from a recovery standpoint, because we're only going to get 1 condition point back from sleeping for an hour. But from the I need to want to walk farther every walk, it is useful. And yeah, nice clear nighttime sky. We can see in-game for miles. Not appropriate visibility for mapping, because that would be too nice. Okay, let's get another hour sleep then. Character all the way warmed up before we leave the fire behind. So yeah, I'd map the, or I would map the entrance over here, if it was appropriate weather. But apparently midnight weather is not appropriate. So we're just going to try to limp our way back over to the trappers. Which, anecdotally, other testing by other streamers has implied is the best bed in the game. So we should get a good bout of recovery from sleeping in that bed. And that's probably where I'll put the part break in. And then I'll probably do one small part to finish up the stream, which will be me finishing the last 2 mapping spots in Mystery Lake, assuming the weather plays along. And then we'll have 3 main zones and 1 transition zone fully mapped. Maybe if the weather plays along, we'll try in the part after next to map the ravine. Get another transition zone done. Oh, that's the heavy hammer. At some point it moved from forge. I don't need more arrowheads because apparently I haven't been, well, apparently I've been doing a decent job of not losing all my arrows. So we got plenty of arrowheads for the moment.
Something's gotta go.
We should hopefully make it to trappers without getting cold.
Can't feel my
It's
feet.
not the end of the world. We take a little bit of damage, but I would like to mostly be gaining condition at this point rather than losing it. Lost way too much to those wolves earlier in the part.
Too cold to think.
Okay, so if I want to stop losing condition damage, I should probably sprint here or start a fire. Looking to see if I can spy any more birch bark as we're walking along.
If I don't
This
rest
torch right now is not technically doing anything for me other than wasting fuel. It's useful for delaying getting cold, but once you're cold, unless it brings you positive again, it doesn't really do anything. It is providing a little bit of protection. If I run into a wolf, I can scare them off with it, but it's pretty rare that I see a wolf in this stretch here. Okay, almost there. Not appreciative of the level of ignition damage I'm taking from the cold. Probably should have stopped to warm up rather than sprinting. Yeah, at this point I don't need the torch. The torch isn't doing anything.
I need to drop something.
Yeah, you're gonna drop your butt in this bed. It's not what he was talking about, but that's what he's gonna do. And that's where I'm gonna put the part break in. So if you're watching YouTube, I hope you've been enjoying my struggles of being numbed on by wolves. There will probably be a part up tomorrow. Not necessarily going to assume that the next part's going to be particularly long, but there will be a part up tomorrow. Because I'm going to record one last part tonight. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around for that part. Until the next part, hope you all have a good time, and catch you in the next part. Bye for now.